What's up, everyone? Welcome to episode 12 of the Ohio Sports Radio Show podcast. This is Jared. Unfortunately, Ian's not going to be with us this week. Podcast is coming a little later in the week. We typically get it done earlier and get it out to you guys, but this has been the busiest week of all of our lives right now. A lot of things have come up, so Ian's not with me today, but I am joined by my good buddy Tyler Schmall. Tyler, if you have been listening to the show for a while, he actually was on an earlier episode of one of our podcasts, I think episode number 8. And Tyler joins us today. Tyler, how you doing, man?
Great. Thanks for having me, man.
All right. So for those of you who are listening or going to be listening to this, we usually it's a little bit more polished. I have notes. I have a timeline, everything I follow. This one's going to be off the rails. So it's just going to be me and Tyler talking. We're just going to go with it. So we just pressed record.
Do it.
Yeah. It's the weekend. Everybody's ready for the weekend. We got the Belmont on Sunday. Yeah, we got the Belmont on Sunday, so we may be able to win a little money there. We'll get into that here in a little bit. But, yeah, Tyler, thanks for joining me today, man. I do appreciate it. For those of you who may be new to the show, we actually start off with our best and worst of this past weekend. Tyler, let's hear your best and worst.
Okay. Let's see. I got one. The best would be the Cavs winning the Game 3. And the worst would be the Cavs losing Games 1 and 2.
Yeah, and like
is my best and worst.
The Cavs, though, we'll talk about them here in a little bit. The Cavs, unreal, did not show up first two games. Like they weren't even invested.
I have plenty to say.
Okay, cool. We'll come back to that later. My best, like I've said, if you've been listening to the show for the past 8 weeks, I've said the NHL playoffs. I'm going to continue to say that. The NHL playoffs have been fantastic. For those of you who know me, you know I'm a Pittsburgh Penguins fan. So my Pens are in the Stanley Cup Finals. Had a chance to close it out last night. Unfortunately, they did not. It is what it is. But, the playoffs have been fantastic. So like I said, I encourage everybody, if you have not been watching, I would tune in because the series has been pretty good. Almost every game's gone to overtime, but the playoffs in general have been great. NHL is fantastic. So that's my best. My worst of the weekend, I think Tyler can also agree on this one. Muhammad Ali dying. Pretty shitty. RIP, big guy. The champ, probably the best boxer of all time. You know, a lot of people are always saying, like, who's the next Jordan? Who's the next Tom Brady, etc. There's never going to be another Muhammad Ali. He's just fantastic. You know, he's obviously before our time, Tyler, but my grandpa, all the older guys love boxing. So my grandpa was a huge boxing guy, and I remember, like, if I was sick or had to come home from school when I was little, I'd go to his house and he would sit around and make me watch Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier VHS tapes and fights. So Ali was a beast. I think we can all agree on that. Sucks. And 2016 is just been an unreal year for celebrity deaths.
It's been a bully.
Yeah, it's been awful. I mean, we got and real quick, I'm going to point out Tyler is actually in the car. So if you hear any background audio, unfortunately, I can't.
That was a motorcycle.
Yeah, that was a motorcycle driving by. So so just want to point that out to all of our listeners. But yeah, it's been a weird year for celebrity deaths. I mean, we had David Bowie, you had Muhammad Ali, Prince. Oh, Prince, that was terrible.
Prince it was pretty bad. I love Prince.
Yeah, Prince was awesome. I don't think people realize. I mean, you see Prince and you know how like flamboyant and stuff he was, but I don't think people who are just casual music fans understand how technically skilled he was. He was an unbelievable.
Outstanding.
Yeah, unbelievable guitarist, probably a better drummer. For those people out there who don't know that, he was a fantastic drummer, and that usually with those really good guitar players, they're usually better drummers. But
he was a great pianist too. He did it all.
Yeah, he was incredible. I mean, the guy was a hit machine.
This is now a Prince podcast.
This is episode number 12 of the Prince podcast. Yeah, Prince was fantastic, and that was such a sad loss. David Bowie sucked. Kimbo Slice. I mean, me and Tyler, I think we're about the same. We're about the same age, and you know, growing up on the internet back then, like 10 years ago, Kimbo Slice on YouTube was, it was like 2 Girls, 1 Cup, Kimbo Slice, Chocolate Rain.
Yeah, and then like a bad weatherman or two.
Yeah, Chocolate Rain, the Revolution of Dance guy. It was just Kimbo Slice's YouTube videos were unreal. I mean, I don't know if you remember watching those, but he was.
Oh yeah,
I
used to watch those.
He was insane. So it's been
crazy.
It's been a really, really shitty year for 2016. So yeah, it sucks. So we're kind of coming up with all this on the fly right now. So Sorry if this seems so scatterbrained to whoever may be listening to this, but next segment we'll go into top 5, which is usually something that's trending with top 5. We usually do something that's trending in pop culture. I have nothing, Tyler, off the top of my head. I was going to say maybe we could do like top 5 favorite athletes with Muhammad Ali dying or something like that. I have no fucking clue. Do you got any ideas?
Me neither. Top 5.
Okay. Oh, I got one. I got one.
Okay, go.
Prince died.
Okay, yeah.
Prince died.
Number 1.
You were a huge Prince fan. You were a huge Prince fan. So let's just do top 5 favorite bands or artists. I mean, is that something you can throw together on the fly?
Well, for me,
it doesn't have to be. How about we don't? Okay. How about it's no order? We're just going to list 5 of them.
Okay, I can do that.
All right. Yeah, we'll just
I'll
do this.
We're
going to do top 5. Okay. Go ahead.
I
number
like
5.
the Shins a lot.
Okay.
I know that's kind of cliche because everyone associates the Shins with bad Zach Braff movies, but I love the Shins. I love James Mercer.
Okay. Yeah, the Shins are awesome. I'm going to say the National for me, number 5,
Okay.
from Cincinnati. They're incredible live. Got a lot of. He's a great songwriter, and his voice is really unique. So I think they're all around just a great band. For number 5, I'm going to say the National. My top 5 favorite bands / artists. So let's hear number 4 for you.
That's good. Let's see. I don't know that I would consider them one of my favorites, but I've been listening to Yeasayer a lot. If you've heard of them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, they're great. Oh my God. My boss was like, "You ever listen to Yeasayer?" And I was like, "No." She was like, "Listen to Yeasayer," and now I'm a huge Yeasayer fan. It's only been like 3 weeks, but yeah, they're really good. If you have never heard them, check them out.
Yeah.
Check out the first 2 albums; those are my favorite.
Yeah, they're a good band for sure. For number 4 for me, I'm gonna say the Beastie Boys. Just a awesome classic band. I mean, they sampled a ton of rock music, and they were just awesome. They kind of were trendsetters and just kind of came in and did their own thing, man. Stuck with us. So I'm gonna say the Beastie Boys, number 4 for me. Let's move on, number 3 on your list of top 5 favorite bands / artists.
I will say Notorious B.I.G. Biggie Smalls is my favorite rapper of all time. We'll put him at number 3.
He was a beast, and that was going to be our next podcast, West rapper or an East Coast rap fan. So he answered that. We're going to skip that podcast. Love Notorious B.I.G. I thought he was.
Yeah, I'm East Coast all the way.
Yeah, I mean, we live on the East Coast, the best coast, as some call it. So, yeah, I think he was phenomenal, man. I mean, he was just so smooth. So, number 3 for me is on the fly. I'm gonna say, I don't know, My Morning Jacket. They're really awesome. Kentucky band, another kind of local band. I've seen them live, and I took my dad to see them live. My dad is someone who's seen Glenn, The Who, all these classic bands, and he said that they rock as hard as any of those guys live. So I'm gonna say My Morning Jacket, number 3 for me. Let's move on. Tyler, what's number 2 for you on your list? They're awesome, dude. You gotta check them out.
I will. Jeez. And I don't know. I want to say Prince because I've been listening to a lot of Prince, especially recently. So I'll go with Prince for now, for 2.
Yeah. I think Prince unanimously will be on anybody's list. I'm just, for the argument's sake, I'll keep him off mine. Number 2, I'm gonna say Kings of Leon. Their newer stuff's kind of cheesy. Old stuff, man. Their first 3 albums are phenomenal. It's kind of like they were wearing the Goodwill clothes and stuff before anybody, and them through that kind of lifestyle. I know they've changed and evolved and everything, but they were awesome, man. I mean, I remember seeing them way early for like $5 at Bogarts. I saw them open up for Pearl Jam, Bob Dylan. So Kings of Leon for me, their first 3 albums are absolutely perfect. So I'm gonna say them number 2 on my list. Let's move on, Tyler. Number 1 for you on your list of top 5 favorite bands / artists.
Well, this is a tough one. I'm not gonna say the Beatles because the Beatles is cliche, but it's implied that the Beatles are one of the best bands of all time. But I'll say Nirvana instead because I love Nirvana.
Yeah. A lot of people think Nirvana is overrated. I love Nirvana. I think they were they kind of it's kind of. So I play music, and one of my best friends that we've played together with for so long, he takes a lot of inspiration from Nirvana. They were obviously such a huge band. I don't think people realize how important they were to American music. At that time, American rock and roll was dead. It was really a lot of bands from England that were kind of pumping out the jams, and Nirvana came around and kind of changed that. That whole Seattle grunge scene was fantastic. So, yeah, Nirvana, fantastic band. There's so many great songs, albums, documentaries about them. And for Dave Grohl, who's just one of the most badass people of all time, from Ohio, by the way. He's one of the most badass people of all time.
Dave Grohl is?
Yeah, he's from Warren, Ohio.
I did not know that for some reason.
Yeah, so for him to go on and make a band like the Foo Fighters, who are even badass. So, Nirvana, fantastic, great choice. I'm gonna say Oasis for me, number one. A lot of people only know them for their cheesy songs, everybody may know them for their just like Wonderwall and stuff like that. So that song sucks, but they got so many other great classic guitar rock songs. So if you know me, you know that I grew up as a huge fan of them. So that's our top 5 list. It's kind of on the fly this week. It kind of has nothing to do with nothing, but we're just going to go with it because why not? Let's move on. Let's talk some Ohio sports now. Let's get into the Reds, Tyler. They're kind of winning. They're kind of winning right now. They're playing really, really good ball right now. For those who may follow our blog, they started winning the exact moment I stopped writing about them. My work schedule and everything has been really kind of hectic and busy, and everything's been going on. And I really haven't had time to do much. Now, I wrote those Enter the Jungle pieces for the Bengals, but I was doing a Reds recap of every series. When I stopped writing about them, they started winning. So I just haven't wrote about them because I'm a huge – that's what I'm saying. I'm a huge superstition guy, and I just can't. I'm telling you, dude, if something goes right, you should see me in the NHL playoffs. If something goes right, if like the Penguins score a goal and I'm in the restroom, I'll sit in the restroom the rest of the game. It's at this point of the year, man, it's whatever it takes. So I've enjoyed seeing the Reds win, so I haven't wrote about them. But, yeah, they're kind of rolling right now. For those of you who we'll talk more about their how well they've been playing, but the MLB draft was last night. I don't know if you saw that. Reds had the number 2. Go ahead.
I saw who we picked number 1 because I was watching the game when they were announcing it. But yeah,
so they had the second
his name,
overall
Cody
pick.
Something.
No, that's not it. But they had the Reds had the second overall pick. For those of you who may not have known, in the MLB draft last night, they drafted third baseman Nick Senzel out of Tennessee.
Nick. That's it.
Yeah, Nick Cody. It's one of those.
Close enough.
One of those bro-y names. So yeah, they drafted Nick Senzel out of Tennessee. Now, a lot of people were questioning why the Reds would take a position player when they so obviously need pitching. Senzel he had the best bat in college baseball last year. So he batted like .350 last year. He hit for like 25 doubles. I don't know. I'm throwing these stats off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure they're right. He's a really good hitter. The Reds were really high on him, and a lot of the experts were saying that he was the most polished player, best player in the draft. So good pick by the Reds. With the 35th pick, the Reds took outfielder Taylor Trammell out of Mount Perrin Christian High School in Georgia. With the 43rd pick, they took Chris Oakey, catcher out of Clemson. So position players for the Reds, which is weird, a team that definitely needs pitching, but it is what it is. I don't really – I'll be honest with you. I don't really follow the MLB draft like I do the NFL draft. I'm a nerd in the NFL draft. In baseball, it's so weird because they have to go through so much to get to the big leagues. We may not see these guys for 8 years. So hopefully it doesn't take that long. But, I don't know. Anyways, Moving on. Let's talk about the Reds, how they've been playing. They've been playing pretty well of late. I don't have any of the series in front of me, so I apologize. Played well against the Cardinals. Played really great against the Nationals. So
it's great.
Have you been to any games lately?
No, I haven't gotten it yet this season, but I want to.
Yeah. I have not either. I've had opportunities. A couple of our guys for Ohio Sports Radio are actually heading down tonight, going to the stadium to, I think it's like $13 for tickets tonight or something like that. So, and by the way, did you see, Ian mentioned it last week. Did you see it was like a 10-game ticket package for like $50?
No, what's included?
10 tickets. I don't think anything else is included. They're also doing some kind of like all you can eat thing down there. It's like additional $20 and you can literally eat until they shut down the concession stands.
That's me. That's what I'm going to sign up for.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. My mother and father-in-law went down there and they said that they saw a guy coming back to his seat with like 20 hot dogs and he was just passing them down the road.
That sounds amazing.
I know.
See, I usually just hit the dollar stand when I go.
Okay. Yeah, the right field. You got to take like 18 escalators to get to the top.
That's right. And then the line is like 40 people deep constantly.
Yeah. The water cup or like the beer cups are like the Dixie Solo shots from the bathroom.
Yep.
Yeah. So okay, real quick power ranking. If you're going, what would you rank concession food at the Reds games? Like your favorite to your least favorite.
Let's see. Well, I really am a staunch dollar stand supporter. But there's like one of them has like a really good like chicken tender dinner, which I enjoy. And then of course there's Skyline, which you can never go wrong with that.
Are you a Skyline or a Gold Star guy?
Skyline.
Okay.
Close.
Yeah, I would have ejected you off of this call if you would have said Gold Star.
I can't believe anyone likes Gold Star more.
It's trash. Gold Star is trash food. If you're out there listening to Gold Star, you need to get your life in order. Or if you're out there listening to Gold Star, if you're out there listening to this and you are a fan of Gold Star, you need to get your life in order because Skyline is far superior. It's much better prison food for sure. But yeah, the Reds. So you're saying Skyline and the chicken finger dinner or whatever?
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, like I said, I get like 4 hot dogs and like a sack of peanuts, and then I'm set for the rest of the game.
Yeah. I'm a huge peanut guy. Got to have a bag of peanuts. Probably better to buy them outside the stadium because they're just way cheaper. Hot dog, huge fan of hot dogs there. You put ketchup on your hot dog?
Mustard. Mustard.
Okay, so
mustard relish.
That's fine. Ketchup's
never entered the ball ground for me.
Yeah, so that's an insane move. If you put ketchup on a hot dog, absolute insane move. That's bananas crazy. So, I'm a huge hot dog fan. Helmet nachos, huge fan of those.
Oh yeah, classic.
If I have space, I'm gonna go Dippin' Dots ice cream. It's the ice cream of the future, Tyler. So you need to get on board with it.
I'm right there with you.
Yeah, it's fantastic. So, Reds, anyways, quick little side. You know what we like concession-wise at the Reds games, but Reds are playing well right now. They're actually, like we said, Tyler, me and you were saying that – actually, you were texting me this, but the Reds are a pitching staff away from being a wild card team.
Yeah, they are. It's very apparent now more than ever because we have pitchers going, 8 innings and then – the bullpen's not coming in to give up 8 runs to lose, so we end up winning those games. And if we do that more often, suddenly we're looking pretty good.
Right. Yeah, I mean, they're hitting the hell out of the ball right now. I mean, everybody's swinging that well. Adam Duvall is playing outrageous right now, so
he's crushing it. It makes me nervous that we're going to trade him for, a different Adam Duvall.
Oh, I know. All these Reds beat writers and bloggers are saying that the Reds are shopping Zach Kozar now that he's playing well. So, are you playing guitar?
Yeah, I just got home.
So this guy's doing a podcast, playing guitar, talking to the Reds. Yeah, this is all free of charge, folks. So thank you for tuning in. But the Reds playing really well right now. I mean, not much else to really talk about with them. Moving on, let's stay.
I just hope we don't trade Zach or Jay, but we will.
They're definitely going to trade. Anyone who has trade value, who's playing at all decent, they're definitely going to trade. So that's for sure going to happen. Yeah, so get used to that. Moving on, staying in Cincinnati, let's talk a little Bengals football. Today, the Bengals signed first-round draft pick cornerback William Jackson III to a 4-year contract worth $9.7 million. That makes every Bengals draft pick signed, so good work by the Bengals front office.
Cool.
Yesterday, or on Wednesday, actually, the Bengals re-signed running back Giovanni Bernard to a 3-year deal worth $15.5 million. That's a huge move by the Bengals, keeping Gio in town until 2019. So good job by the Bengals front office, man. I mean, they typically don't re-sign players before the season starts. You'll usually see them make those moves in the middle of the season. But they re-signed Gio, they re-signed Sean Williams, and they re-signed George Iloka before the start of the season. 3 huge young pieces that are going to move forward with the team. So that's a great job by them. Absolutely can't say anything better. And that's really all that's going on with the Bengals this dead period in the NFL right now. I have absolutely nothing on the Browns. So Browns fans, I'm sorry. Ian is the one that does all the Browns stuff. I don't follow you guys, but from what I've read, your team, all the players seem to love Hugh Jackson, and I think he's going to, like I said over and over, I think he's going to do great things in Cleveland. So that's all I got on the Browns. Tyler, I don't know if you have anything on the Bengals or the Browns.
No, not really. It's too early for me.
Yeah, it's baseball season right now, so nothing really going on with that. Let's move on. Stay in Cleveland. Let's talk some Cavs basketball. Tyler mentioned it in his best and worst. His best was the Cavs winning Game 3, and they looked great in Game 3, coming back to Cleveland. The first game actually in Cleveland of the series. First 2 games though, they looked terrible out in Oakland. So. Didn't even look like they deserved to be there. They didn't even look like they even showed up, that they just were going through the motions. I mean, you're a big Cavs fan, Tyler. What did you think of the Game 3 win?
It was huge. It was do or die, as LeBron said. In Game 1 and 2, we didn't look anything like we did throughout the playoffs. So I was nervous that we could even compete with the Warriors at all. And the fact that we turned around in Game 3 and completely blew them out was amazing. That was the most fun I've ever had watching basketball, was that game.
Yeah,
everything was working.
They look good.
Yeah, they looked great.
And that's going to pose a big question with Kevin Love being out and then playing that well. Do you start Kevin Love in Game 4 if he's good to go, which all signs look like he will be able to go, be out of concussion protocol, or do you bring him off the bench and keep kind of the continuity you had in Game 3?
You don't start him. You start Richard Jefferson, and then maybe give Kevin Love a few minutes here and there, but we clearly don't need him, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I agree. It's all about winning right now, and everybody's, kind of talk shit about Kevin Love. And Kevin Love is a good player. He's just not – he doesn't fit what the Cavs do. Fit. Because in Minnesota, the ball went through Kevin Love. He got 25, 26 shots a game, whereas the ball goes through LeBron in Cleveland. It goes through Kyrie before it goes through Kevin Love. So Kevin Love doesn't really fit, and they kind of just put him in a corner and let him shoot threes, and that's not really his game. He's more of a back-to-the-basket kind of guy, and unfortunately for post players, the NBA is transitioning away from back-to-the-basket play. So kind of sucks for them, but the Cavs look fantastic in Game 3. Games 1 and 2, they look like shit. But, it's not a series until a team loses at home. So all the Cavs have to do is win their home games and sneak one on the road. And, it's still a series. I mean, everybody's counting them out, but I think they're good enough to play with Golden State. The thing with Golden State is if like, say it's like a 3-point game, they come down, they get a steal, they shoot a 3, it's a 6-point game. You miss a shot, they get a rebound, they hit another 3, it's a 9-point game all of a sudden. They just come at you in waves and bunches, man. You just have to.
Yeah, it's so annoying.
Yeah, it's crazy. But Cavs played well. It's another every game's do or die for them, in my opinion. So I don't know. I hate Golden State. I'm so sick of them. I'm so sick of Draymond Green. I can't tell you. He drives me insane. Draymond, did you see him after the game? He was taking pictures with fans and smiling and stuff. Like, dude, this is the NBA Finals. You lose a game, you should not be happy. I can't stand Draymond Green. I can't stand Steph Curry and his annoying ass little kid. I can't stand Klay Thompson. And by the way, nobody's talking about it. Klay Thompson and Steph Curry have the most trash-ass shoes I've ever seen in my life. Under Armour are garbage. Did you see?
I saw the shoes. Yeah, those are getting roasted online.
Roasted. So bad. Those are terrible. And Klay Thompson has Anta shoes made in China. terrible. They're awful. They no for as good of a backcourt as they are playing on the court, nobody has worse shoes than those two. Terrible. I'm sick of Golden State. I'm sick of Steph chewing on his mouthpiece all the time. I'm sick of everything about them. I can't stand them and their fans who are like, look at this guy. I can't stand I can't stand their fans who were Lakers fans 2 years ago. I'm sick of Golden State. I'm done with them. So I'm rooting for the Cavs. I hope they pull this one out. That's all we got on the Cavs. We're going to move on. We're going to do our OSR mailbag segment where we answer questions from you, the fans. I got a couple questions this week. Dean Lanier via our Facebook page has a couple. He wants to know, do you think Christian Westerman or Jake Fisher will replace Russell Bodine at center for the Bengals? Tyler?
Who and what?
Tyler said, this is why I bring Tyler on. He's got the insight. He's got the answers. He plays guitar. You can't beat this guy, folks. You're listening to a grade A podcast.
This is fantastic.
Yeah. So I think Christian Westerman's a beast. I think eventually he will be Christian.
Sorry, go ahead.
Christian Westerman plays he plays guard, but the Bengals did draft him because he can slide over to center. He's a beast. I think he has a future in the NFL, whether it's at guard or center. But Jake Fisher, I think he's a tackle. There's no way they'll move him over to center. But thanks for the question, Dean. Another question he wants to know, do you think the Cavs can still win the title? And do you think the Cavs should start Love if he's healthy? We already answered that one, so you got our answer there, Dean. But Tyler, do you think the Cavs can still win the title?
Absolutely, they can.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I think
it'll come down to game 6 at Golden State. That's the one we have to steal.
Yeah, I agree.
Game 7.
Yeah,
I don't think we can steal game 7, but we can steal game 5.
Yeah,
right?
I was gonna say. I was just gonna let you go with it. I didn't.
Well, thanks.
Yeah, I mean, you've been playing so many sweet solos. I was just gonna.
If you want more, let me know.
Yeah, maybe here in a little bit, or maybe not. But yeah.
Okay.
There it is, folks. Yeah, I think that they can still win it. Definitely, they got the best player on earth on their team, and anytime you have the best player on earth, you definitely have a chance. So thanks for the questions, Dean. Appreciate it. Ricky Barker wants to know via our Facebook page, do you think the Reds went away from picking best available in the draft to get more bats in the system? I mean, I think obviously they need pitching, but I think you can't go wrong anytime you have a good bat. They're obviously looking to rebuild, and they want some young hitters. I mean, they're young hitters that are actually in the big leagues now are proven to be very valuable, and such as Adam Duvall. And yeah, man. I mean, I don't know, Ricky. I think I don't really follow the MLB draft, so I don't really keep a lot of insight with it. Ian would be a better one to ask, but I thought the draft picks were good. I asked Ian; he said he was a fan of all of them, so that's going to be my choice. Tyler.
What was the question again?
The question was, what is your favorite Prince album?
Oh man, that's a tough one. I have to say either Prince or 1999.
Yeah.
That's great. Thanks for the question.
Thank you for the question via our Facebook page. We do appreciate that. We are huge Prince fans of this podcast. But yeah, that's really all the questions we got this week. Like I said, I didn't post anything on the Facebook page asking for questions. People just kind of randomly ask me shit all the time. But thank you to everyone who sent those in. Sorry that this podcast is so impromptu. It's like I said, it's been
I'm not sorry.
Yeah, it has been the most hectic week ever. A lot of stuff going on. So, yeah, let's move on to, anyways, a new segment that we did. We kind of introduced, it's called What's Good. Basically, What's Good is, Tyler, since you're new to it, it's where we just say something that we're really enjoying right now. It can be video game, book, CD, album, song, anything, movie, anything that you are enjoying at the moment. So what is good, Tyler Schmall?
This E-chord.
God, it's such a good E-chord.
Isn't it?
Yeah. What kind of guitar is that?
This is actually my roommate's. It is an Epiphone Gibson Cutaway.
Sweet.
He just put new strings on it, I guess. So
Nice.
don't have a pick on me, or else this would sound better. I promise.
That's right, folks. Thank you for taking time out of your day to join the Ohio Sports Radio Show podcast, where we have one of the funniest people. Where we have one of the funniest people in Ohio and on the internet playing guitar, solos, serenading you. So you can't get this anywhere else, people. This is why you come to our podcast each week. This is why. All right, so that's Tyler Small playing his hit song, the Ohio Sports Radio Show podcast, episode number 12. This is it, folks. All right. So really,
whenever you want it.
Yeah, whenever you want it. We're just gonna. This is actually now we're gonna play In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida. So sit back, relax for 28 minutes, and
all acoustic.
Yeah. All right. So, but seriously, what's good, man? Anything going on in the world of Tyler Small that you're enjoying?
Let's see. Give me a second to ponder this. What is good indeed? That is a great question, my friend. I'm afraid actually, there's something interesting. Not interesting at all. It's actually super uninteresting, but Facebook Messenger has this like basketball flip game in it now, like in the messaging app.
Yeah.
So I've been playing that at work a lot, and I'm up to 38 points.
Oh, very nice. I saw that you been messaging for a while now, Vanilla Ice.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I've been talking to Vanilla Ice via DM. Yeah. He hasn't yet replied, but here's hoping he will someday. And I won't relent until he does.
Kind of weird that he has his DMs open, but that's pretty cool, actually.
Actually, he follows me. He follows like 58,000 people. So if he follows you, you can DM him. That's great.
Who is the most famous person that follows you?
Jared Hale, probably. If I had to say, if I had to pick one person.
Yeah, pretty famous. I understand that. Does Joey Batista from the Blue Jays follow you?
No, actually, he doesn't for some reason.
Well,
he follows like a million people.
He follows like 4 million people. So it's actually more amazing if he doesn't follow you, I think. He follows me. So yeah, that's a pretty big one for me. I have a porn star that follows me for some reason. I don't know why. Just followed me out of nowhere. So that's pretty cool.
Nice, dude.
Yeah, he's got great abs. So
it's a guy.
No, it's a woman.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, so Vanilla Ice follows you? That's pretty famous, actually. So I don't know. There's a lot of great people on Twitter. A lot of funny people.
There's a lot of great people on Twitter.
Yeah.
There's a great place.
Yeah, for sure. What's good with me right now? I've been listening to a lot of old albums. This album's not really super old, but Random Access Memories by Daft Punk. Kind of gotten into that album lately again. I think it's a great album.
Classic.
I really dig those guys. So check that out. I've been really, really, really digging the song Doing It Right on there. I don't know why. I've been running to that song nonstop. I just think it's a great song, great album. So check that out. But yeah, that's it for what's good. Not much else going on. I mean, anything else going on with you, Tyler?
Man, is there ever? It is June 10th or 11th.
Yeah.
2016. And man, is the weather getting warm, baby.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Summer.
Here. It's really nice. Now, me and Tyler, we're from the same area of Ohio. So it's been really, really nice here, actually. I mean, it's rained a little bit today, but it's been pretty freaking nice here.
I'm a fan. It's kind of muggy.
A little bit, yeah. My parents live in Florida, so kind of.
Is it worse there?
Oh, dude, it's like 90 degrees, humid as hell down there, and they're actually going through They got 2 hurricanes like coming up on them.
Oh, yeah, that's no good.
Yeah, it's pretty shitty.
In my experience, hurricanes are typically bad news.
Yeah,
no one really gets excited about that.
Some would say they're kind of bad, you know.
Yeah.
Some would say a hurricane, tornado, avalanche, things like that. Not any natural disaster really aren't that great. So, yeah, not much else going on with me either. I mean, I got just like I said, I've just been so busy. Everything's just been crazy right now. But yeah, that's why this podcast is so insane right now. But yeah, you got a bold prediction? We'll end the show with our bold prediction. Tyler, you got a bold prediction for this upcoming week of sports?
Let's see. I think the Cavs will win the next 3.
Okay,
Take
that's
it in
really
6.
bold. That's really bold.
It's the only way they're going to get it done. That's my opinion.
That's really bold. That's actually a good one. I am going to say Exaggerator will win the Belmont. I think I would take Exaggerator. I think he's probably going to be the favorite, so he probably won't win a lot. But I'm definitely going to bet the Belmont, and I'm definitely going to lose money. So that's my bold prediction. Just depends on how much money I lose to upset my fiance. But I'm going to say Exaggerator wins. So if you want to throw a little money on him,
who's the underdog in that?
I don't know.
Who's the worst horse ever?
The worst horse ever?
No, not ever, but that's racing at the Belmont. I mean.
All right, let's look it up real quick.
Okay.
Could you serenade the people with some music while I search it?
Gladly.
This is Tyler Small on the Ohio Sports Radio Show podcast. All right, I got it.
Okay.
All right, so at 99-1 odds, gate number 8, Forever de Oro, is 99-1 odds. Second is Seeking the Soul, gate number 7 at 89-1 odds. Probably not a great sign for religion. The third worst odds, number 6, so 6, 7, 8. Wow, 64-1 odds. Gettysburg, which, as you know, was
named after the famous, horrible Civil War battle.
Yeah, so pretty shitty to name your horse after that, but you know that's probably not good for the horse either. The horse could collapse and die,
as happened before. That's a fucked up thing that happens for real.
It is. It really is fucked up, and they just kill him like on the track and just like take him out. So pretty fucked up, yeah. But
Jesus.
Belmont, it sucks that there's not a Triple Crown horse going into just a horse who has a chance at a Triple Crown going into the Belmont. Kind of sucks, and it kind of takes away from the allure of the horse race. But it is what it is. So, Tyler, if you want to win some big money, 99-1 odds, gate number 8, Forever de Oro.
I'm betting $5,000 on that horse.
There you have it. So maybe next time Tyler joins us, we'll be doing this show from like Cabo or something,
or from a cardboard box.
Yeah, or from a cardboard. Let's hope Cabo. I think Guy Fieri hangs down there, and we could bleach blonde our hair. Yeah, we could dye our hair bleach blonde. Maybe hang out and eat a ton of food with him. So
I'm ready to do that.
Sounds great.
I'm at that point in my life where I'm ready to blindly follow Guy Fieri into battle.
Yeah, I think I am too. I think that's I think that would be an ideal thing for me. I mean, I'm engaged and things are great there, but I mean, she's a fan of Guy Fieri. I think she owns like some of his
bring
pots.
her. Bring her down.
Yeah, I'll probably bring her. I think she owns some of his pots and pans. So
perfect.
They're covered in ether and flames. So Guy Fieri, great guy, ready to follow you into the sunset, buddy. So hopefully Tyler hits big on his $5,000 bet on Forever de Oro and gate number 8. But that's it. That's episode number 12. This is the most hectic episode ever of the Ohio Sports Radio Show podcast. Sorry Ian couldn't join me this week. Real quick, real serious, actually. I want to give a shout out to Dave Boyer and the Boyer family. Dave actually lost his dad, Steve, this week. Great guy, great family. Dave's a good friend of the show, good friend of Ian's. So that was like Ian's second dad. So tough loss for them, and just want to let you know, thoughts and prayers out to you, buddy. We're thinking of you guys. Thank you to everyone who continues to support us. Check us out on Facebook, Ohio Sports Radio on Facebook. Like our page. Follow us on Twitter at Ohio Sports Radio. Follow us on Instagram also at Ohio Sports Radio. And make sure you guys subscribe to this podcast on iTunes While you're there, leave us a review. It really helps us out. So it's Ohio Sports Radio Show podcast on iTunes. We're also on Stitcher and Google Play Music for all the Android users out there. But thank you to everyone who continues to support us. Tell your friends and family about our podcast. Make sure you leave us a review. Check out our website, ohsportsradio.com. Thank you to Tyler. I do appreciate it. I know this was a hectic episode, everybody. It may not be your favorite episode. Hopefully it is. I don't know. Tyler, thank you, buddy. I do appreciate you joining me on such late notice. You're the man.
Glad to be here.
Yeah, appreciate you. Anytime you want to come on, play us a little ditty, we'd love to have you. But thank you to everyone. We will see you next week on the other side with episode number 13 of the Ohio Sports Radio Show podcast.